The life of Dr. Halima Adenike Tejuosho has convinced us that she is credible, capable, and competent to serve as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. With the abysmal performance of Dr. Betta Idu and her eventual sack, we beamed our searchlight across the country in a search of our worthy candidate to recommend to Mr. President, and she has met all our criteria. As a coalition of civil society organizations, we have been close to the suffering masses, and anything that can be done to better their lives will definitely lessen our work and enable us focus on other mandates that we pursue. Vulnerable Nigerians are in dire need of humanitarian support to enable them cope the harsh realities. As a selfless patriot who has been using her personal resources to bring succor to senior citizens, people with disability, and the less privileged through her well-thought-out Queen Adenike Tejuosho Foundation, that's CAT Foundation, giving her a position of responsibility in line with her passion and interest will energize her to do more for the downtrodden of our society. As a mark of true philanthropy, the Consensual Lady is known nationally for the annual Children's Day celebration with vulnerable and indigent children. Through this outreach, over 10 million school bags, shoes, water bottles, foodstuffs, and writing materials have been shared so far. Her Ramadan legacy to over 1,000 people with disability, as well as Salah packages to hundreds of households who could not afford to celebrate the festivities, cannot be forgotten. Judging by all the individual sacrifices and sheer passion to touch lives, we are appealing to Mr. President to urgently consider filling the vacuum created with the suspension of Dr. Betta Idu by appointing Dame Halimat Adenike Tejuosho as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to enable Nigerians enjoy the dividends of democracy in line with the renewed hope agenda, especially in the area of poverty alleviation. It goes without saying that since the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation has been without a minister, government has been failing in providing basic succor to the less privileged. From her antecedents, and if given the opportunity, Dr. Hajia Halimat Adenike Tejuosho will continue to extend her generosity and passion to bring a turnaround in the fortunes of the less privileged and downtrodden in Nigeria. Just recently, in keeping with her intervention works using the instrumentality of CAT Foundation, Dr. Halimat Adenike Tejuosho deployed relief materials worth millions of naira to victims of the devastating floods in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, caused by the collapse of Alau Dam. She equally paid a visit to the scene to see firsthand the extent of damage and the needs of the affected persons. Such compassion and selflessness must be rewarded to enable her to do more for the needy and even exceed the mandate of the ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless of her state of origin and quota of system, we are united with one voice without any external influence in making this appeal, emphasizing that merit rather than politics should be allowed in choosing a replacement of the sacked minister. It will be privileged to appoint this selfless woman as a minister because we are very sure she will deliver. This is our collective resolve born out of the conviction that with the support she has been giving people in the community for over 10 years, she is the right person for the right job. Politics, region, other considerations should be put aside to allow competency and merit to prevail.